Some say the best defense is a strong offense, and several high-profile Republicans agree, according to Axios. Senator Ted Cruz, you know him, and Freedom Caucus Chair Mark Meadows are worried that the GOP has not done enough with their House and Senate majorities, not to mention a Republican president, to prevent a Democratic walloping in the fall. Meadows says Republicans should pass at least one landmark piece of legislation each month from now until November. But that, of course, is a tall order. As you know, Republicans passed that historic tax reform bill in December and also confirmed a slew of conservative judges. But will the monthly plan be enough to beat back the blue wave? Let me ask former Utah Republican Congressman and Fox News contributor Jason Chaffetz. Welcome back to the show.
Well, thank you. Thanks for having me.
So it's a tall order. I think there are fractures in both parties right now. It's not just Republicans, but it would be very difficult to pass a hallmark piece of legislation a month. How do they do it?
Well, first of all, can you start with a budget? Because Republicans had the mantle of fiscal discipline, but that's gone out the door. They're supposed to be going through the budget and the appropriation process right now.
Would you have voted for that omnibus bill?
No, heck no. There's absolutely no way. There's no justification for numbers that high. And if you campaigned on the idea you're going to raise domestic spending by 15% to all-time record highs, you would have never gotten elected in the first place. And Jim Jordan talks a lot about this. Just do what you said you were going to do, and you'll be fine. Stop worrying about keeping the lead. How many times have we seen a sporting event? Hey, let's just play defense here and make sure we don't lose the lead. And that team ends up losing.
That's the Atlanta Falcons, how that worked out in the Super Bowl 2 years ago.
Among other things, yes. But that's the trajectory that they're on. The Senate doesn't even pretend to do a budget. And so I think it's one of the core things. They can make the tax code permanent. They can deal with Obamacare.
Okay, so you start with the budget. So they're not going to do anything on Obamacare. I mean, no one can figure out what to do with it. Yeah. They want to scrap it. They want to remodel it. No one knows if they want to do a Victorian or a Tudor style or something modern. They have no clue. They could have some bipartisan bro-down with infrastructure, but I think that could be very costly and meandering.
If you pass a budget, then you can get to reconciliation. You get to reconciliation, then you only have to get to 51 votes in the Senate. But the Senate is not even pretending to do a budget, so we're on a collision course in September, right before the election, to do another omnibus.
Do congressional Republicans despise their counterparts in the Senate?
Yes.
Yeah. Why?
Because they don't do anything. I mean, the Senate is already
snobs. Does the Senate think they're better than the House?
The air is different. Yeah. They don't really walk across the. I mean, it's kind of like that.
Yeah. And what do Republican senators think of House Republicans?
Oh, I don't know. When they wake up around 11, I'm sure they wander over.
It's like cops and firefighters, isn't it?
Well, no, because you got two good guys in that sense. Senate, look, I've got a lot of respect for individual senators like James Langford and Cory Gardner, and there's Mike Lee. There's some really good people. Mike Lee's great.
Utah breeds some interesting politicians.
There's some really, really good people, but there's a lot of people that say, since the 1974 Budget Act, it's only worked once. Maybe we should change it.
I don't think, never mind the divisions within the party. The divisions within Congress are so great. I don't think there's any way that hopeful Mark Meadows gets his wish of a big bill a month.
But I think it is the right formula. And I think the president can help drive that formula. And I think Senator Cruz is right. And Mark Meadows is absolutely right. Why not? I mean, Congress is not in session this week. Yep. They still work hard. I get that. They do work and they get out. But what are you actually passing? And
what have you done for me lately? No one can answer that. Jason Chaffetz, so nice to see you.
Thanks, Kenny.
Glorious.